Welcome back to the studio. Time for our almost time for our last game of the day, of the first day of ECS this season. But I just got an email. So I've got 2 keyboards on order, right? And then this is like, then I'm almost completely done with keyboards. Almost have everything I want. Almost have all my end-game keyboards, which will be about 8 to 9 keyboards.
Why does one need so many keyboards?
Because basically I have loads of custom sets of key switches, not switches.
Caps?
Caps, yes, thank you. And I want one keyboard for every set I like, so I don't have to like switch. That would just be tedious. And I have a custom numpad and other, quirky keyboards, like a plank keyboard. But I have one on order, which is made. The case is made from bamboo. It's made by a guy called Xmit, and it's an old kind of switch, which was magnetic, but was too expensive to keep making, which is maybe why Cherry MX took over. I'm actually not on the authorities. That might be completely wrong. I'll say that now. But that's shipping next week. Marvelous. And then the Night Fox, which is the second option to the White's Fox keyboard, which was made by Input Club, is also shipping next week. Well, at the earliest. So I might get 2 keyboards next week. And I get the keycap when?
In the next couple days. Taylor, if you're listening, bring the keycap.
Okay. Bring a keycap, please. I'm looking forward to my keycap. It's time for the knife. Or is it? No, it's time to go live, not knife. Okay, I misheard. Let's go. Overpass, my favorite map at the moment. My favorite map at the moment. See here, right? I'll play upper A around connector and toilets with AWP, or I'll play short B. Or those are the 2 main places that I play. So, there we go. Or monster, whatever, but that's not really a play. Well, there we go. Pistol so far so good for NRG. The bomb, though, was not taken into the connector position, which is a good idea. And the teaser moving it. It's a nice one tap from Cajun. 2 on 3 now. Very important frag, but how does the bomb go down? There's no smoke, which would make life easier. There is a molly, however, but Stanislaw doesn't want to give his position away. His position is worth more money than his Molotov right now. On plant being attempted, and it seems that the Molotov will be a post-plant play, and that's a nice headshot onto Breeze. So if Stanislaw can get into a nice position, he could use the molly, but instead he uses it to try and buy some time, and Daps is coming in from the monster position now. Is he the monster NRG need, though, to win this round? He's got the smoke, he's got the kit, and he's got a Molotov as well, but versus 2 players, he was unlikely to get the smoke. I don't know if the smoke went in the right place either. I think it was a bit elevated, but anyway, it's Optic who get the pistol round.
I think the stair stack is really strong on CT side. Not necessarily the angles, but if you win, you're like right in the middle of both sides. It's super easy rotates, really nice retake spots, and you still have 2 other people, so you can use them on just a stack B. You don't even need to have them at A because they can rotate through spawn.
Do you guys like Overpass?
I do. I personally, I think the only thing about Overpass is you can tell it's like such a custom map because the angles are really strange. Like, there's like a lot of long headshot angles, which one of my criticisms of like Cobble is there's like long headshot angles, and I think that makes for some unfun engagements. Like the geometry of normal maps has like, boxes, so it's like you peek on a side, it's flat, and then you should either show your body or just your head on one part or whatever. But on Overpass, like a lot of long ones or weird slides and stuff like that. But the layout of the map, I love how unique it is.
Yeah, so I think it's important that it's not the same as every other map, because
absolutely
with that comes fatigue.
So, what about you? Do you like Overpass?
It's grown on me. I used to not like it.
Me too.
And then, I mean, I like it now. I think it's a really good map. I used to despise it. But a lot of that hate came from the first iteration of it, where, when I played, like we talked about earlier, it was like literally just 14-1 CT sides every time. And it was just a joke.
Yeah. A sites changed so much since then.
Smokes are down. Not as many smokes as you might see in an MSL strategy, but they've got the Molotov in place of the smoke grenades. It's almost a Disney face. And NRG will move away. Everybody alive for Optic, and round number 2 is in the bag. Bag is filling with rounds, I suppose.
You know what's really weird about Cobble is like I like playing it, but I feel like it's the worst map I ever made.
I think it's the worst map from a viewer perspective, which is a factor if you're putting a map in Counter-Strike for sure.
I don't know. I don't mind watching it. I just don't have to like. I think if there's like a lot in the line, I feel like it can be kind of random.
I find it quite boring to watch compared to other maps. I find it boring and tiresome for me. And I think from the point of view of like an average viewer of CS, I think it would be less engaging than another map could be in its place. Playing it, I don't mind playing it, but I prefer playing other maps that aren't Cache and Mirage, because that's what you get in European pugs, and here it's Cache and Mirage Train, pretty much. So NRG fighting with what they have from the previous rounds and a bunch of pistols. So perhaps no, only Fugly with a scout. So there'll be big presence in B, and Optic will slowly make their way through the toilets and clear everything out. And once they've cleared the inside and outside toilets, they should be, well, I wouldn't say they should be good to go, because I mean, when you spoke about old Overpass, and in those days we saw lots of CT stacks on the site when they were on eco, and it proved hard to deal with. But again, part of that comes with experience and just drilling the same scenarios again and again, making adjustments and so on, evolving as the map does. So you don't see stacks on a site so often. I would like to see people lean towards that way more than they do. I mean, maybe it's because of Molotovs, I don't know, but especially in North America, I think you can get away with things like that more than you can in Europe.
Dude, the way Gade plays, it's like he's using like a really low sense, but he has a lot of mobility at the same time. Like he's just such good crosshair control.
I haven't seen Gade before, I don't think.
I haven't either.
So this is cool. First buy round for both sides, 0-3 for NRG. Boost behind the slide, and that's going to work out very well. Gade gets taken down. Sorry, Gade takes Ethan down. Hello. It's been a long day.
And I feel like I would have just waited if I was Fugly. If you have a teammate coming especially, it's like they didn't see him cross, they just boosted and they killed Ethan, so...
Daps and Breeze. And there goes Config. So there's one kill. Daps has been spotted, but they've only spotted one player, so do they assume that Breeze is on B? Do they assume that he's on B rotating towards A? Well, Cajun B will be a great help in that sense. You can boost T's up there as well, towards that balcony area, which he didn't often get an opportunity to do that in a professional match, but it is possible. Very thorough, meticulous. Our Optic, only 2 of the 4 players on the site expecting the save, and they have cast the net already.
Looks like they might not even be able to save. Oh, Shadow gives Gate away. Good crosshair placement with Breeze, but Shazam doesn't have enough health to hold his own. It was a good round from Optic, but like the long hold was really messy and there was a lot of whiffing involved for the kills. Fugly dying, Swift, and his teammate coming to like just came up as a third guy. They didn't wait for each other or anything. Meanwhile, Optic have almost 10k apiece on everybody, and potentially another round they can just farm.
Right then, Shazam wielding the Mac-10. Only 2 of the 5 players have helmets for NRG, so he may have a good time, but Cirque hits 2. Config taken out, Gade with 15 HP. It's always nice to go for a fast peek there with an AWP and land a shot. Also nice to drop a smoke. If you've got a good spawn, drop a smoke into connector and then bounce the flashbang into short B off the wall through the window, which often lands in the front of the short B tunnel as well. So if somebody's running in, they'll suddenly basically becomes a pop flash for anybody in the tunnel, even if they're at the very back. Cajun B, crosshair is placed for a CT jumping from his left to right. So rather than going for the apex of the jump, he's going for the kind of reaction timing. Cirque is just an animal. He was in connector, now he's at A long. Optic, 2 plays heavily tagged. Oh, 1 spotted, and there's Breeze from the graffiti position. High flashbang from him, and that will blind Shazam and allow Cirque to take position. Oh, Shazam looking for more, playing to win this round, not just to plant the bomb. On his own, doing what he can. AWP will be too far to recover. So that's an important one, make it expensive. Cirque will have to avoid the helmet if he wants to buy it again. Nice.
That's like almost round over right there, just 1 shot.
Again, something for people at home to note as well is that if a CT is running towards connector with a good spawn, if you go down the actual ladder, he will hear you go down the ladder, so they will know people are in connector. You have to jump off onto the crates to conceal your sound cues.
Yeah, just run off and tap back, and
Yeah.
then he'll just drop straight down.
Yeah, if you go down the ladder, that's a massive tell. Because if you do that all the time, then around where you don't, someone's just going to run through connector and flank you immediately, because they know you're not there.
That was a pretty cool short setup, just instead of actually going into short, but still being like totally ready for a short take.
Nice. Two bullet burst. Expecting somebody to be in the water, and you should always expect someone to be in the water of Overpass B. They're going to try and plant the bomb anyway. That's a massive shot from Shazam. Down goes the bomb. Gade is on his deathbed with 12 HP. There's a flashbang. Never Breeze does not want to overcommit. Still waiting for his teammates to move in. Fugly on the high ground of 2. And that leaves Shazam alone. Can't get a shot off. A second one rather. Daps got taken out.
Was it just me, or they all seem kind of confused there?
Yeah, a little bit. NRG is doing like a super passive setup at B though, right? They're like basically giving up the site, but Optic has to have, I mean, if that happens, I think you need to take water control. If you just sit back there against a good team, or a team that knows what they're doing, they're just going to flash and just run up on you.
Two to 4. Second AWP out for NRG. Ethan or Nati ECS today. I appreciate that. On the second sniper, we'll see what he can do. Taps with the Molotov into the short tunnel. I prefer to smoke it and then pop flash off the wall to go inside short B.
Molly's the best. Molly and then flash in front of it. Because you can just peek in front of the Molly and they have to stand behind it. And if they run through, they get burned.
T slowly moving towards the A site. No lurkers towards B. And we've got Ethan in what you might call the automatic position, where he's holding the AWP on the short B area. So he kind of knows there's no aggression there, which doesn't mean there's no presence there. Smoke down towards the bank position, and Cirque's been smoked off. Having to rotate to where the other 2 teammates are as well. And again, we've got these really meticulous smokes and Molotovs, and this is a different setup to that I have seen from other teams. If you look at North, for example, they will wall off the front of the site, so the CTs can be much deeper in, but this is further back and much more risky for the CTs, but they'll get the kills anyway. How is the bomb not planted yet?
They didn't ever feel like they had control of anything. They just didn't, they didn't kill any CTs. They're all like back in spawn, and they had no one ready to watch the flank. They could have gotten that flank kill for free while they were fighting on A. They didn't need everybody just kind of like sitting around, so it seems like they're just like unclear about their priorities or something.
Config going for a sniper rifle. Blind. The grenade. You got a sniper. Oh, missing the
so
shot just
close.
about, and going the wrong way that time. No need to pull out a grenade when you have an AWP.
Yeah, like you can see, they were just kind of standing around, not doing anything. The bomb probably could have gone down right there, but they just needed to hold what they were planning for.
I think they were just confused because they didn't get any kills.
Yeah.
You know, they just were like, how can I plant? There's.
It actually seemed really good, right? Like Cirque fell all the way back without killing anyone.
But that might be signs of a new team, because there's so much risk to have smokes that deep and a Molotov on the truck for CT to be ahead of that. But you've got enough personnel to.
I mean, if you get the bomb down, that round's completely different.
Yeah. So it's almost like a lack of confidence in their own plays because of the lack of kills, but that shouldn't necessarily be the case.
When in doubt, super bleeded.
Round number 5 for Optic in the B bomb site this time.
They bought armor. They bought half armor and armor.
I've got to say that crown thing is overrated, man. I feel like
What crown thing?
the crown sticker on Cirque's AWP.
Oh, I don't like it. It looks cheap.
Yeah, but also it just doesn't. It's not applied well anymore. Like, it had a cool place at the front of an AK, I think, but when I think it was either the addition of the gloves or they changed the hands, and now like the thumb covers half of the sticker or something. But yeah, I think it was cool when it came out, but now it hasn't stood up to the test of time.
I feel like it looks like the spray painted hip hop shirts you bought in the 2000s.
It looks kind of warped in most positions, which is a problem. It makes it kind of look weird, but the Fnatic logo looks nice on a Medusa because of the contrasting colours. So
There we go.
there is what you were talking about.
Oh, that's like well timed. They had that whole thing, that whole route planned for him. That was nice. They don't know he's opping either, so. Oh wow.
Cirque, man. I wish I was that consistent. Maybe I need to go down the res. One day I'll try it.
It's not the red, bro.
Rotations coming in. I'm getting planted just on the line. Fugly picked off and Cirque is still alive, and that's going to be a massive problem for Optic. 3 on 3, Cajun B down to 4 HP. There is a huge flank from Gade, and I don't know if that Molotov was supposed to go there. I don't think it was. Ooh, someone got tagged. Somebody got fragged. And there goes Gade. And that leaves Cajun B. Oh, sorry, it was Cajun B on a massive flank with 4 HP, and Cirque is everywhere. 4 kills for him. Mid-tier CS, he is ready to just body everyone, pin them to the wall.
That was a great round. I would like take that round if I want to like have my op on overpass, give him a whole route, like the way that they mollied short for him, then they blew out the door as he went to peek it. As soon as he was done peeking short, it was just a really good system that allowed him to opt for free. Did a great job of working around him.
Yeah, props to Daps and Co for that one.
But I wonder why they planted for CT when they didn't push CT or bank. But they did have bathrooms.
3-man push around the fountain area, support for the sniper, but nobody's there in an aggressive position. Optic are no further than the party position, and Shazam has walked to his doom.
Cajun was probably like, take a couple steps forward.
Shades of Cloud9 on Overpass.
I'm trying to op.
An older Cloud9, older iteration. Cirque lies and waits for more targets. He's hungry for meats. Quan just won't do.
You forgot the smoke. I've done that exact same thing. I can't remember if it's in front of the bench or against the back wall.
And here come the smokes and the Molotovs once again. Where's the molly? No, there's a smoke for the truck this time. Okay, we've got a different variation. This is one which is more traditional to what you would see from north. Where's the bomb plant? Waiting for the Molotov. Ansel getting punished, but he gets the bomb down this time. 3 versus 5. They need more than this. but they might not get it because they're getting wiped out one by one. Gade and KGB just watching. There's no flank, but surely they would assume there might be one coming eventually with so many players alive. KGB all over the place, delivering now again. Watching the back, the front, sorry. Almost two-man spray down. 3 HP. That was a 3 versus 5.
Yeah, they
or
had
basically a 2 versus 5.
They had no utility left when they were retaking. So that's the first time. I mean, they could have done that on those previous rounds. It's just plant for bathrooms. Like as soon as they've gotten the site every single time, and just either they planted on the back of the site, or and then he almost died there. Smuggler's apparently really good at doing that. But it was a good attempt anyway.
It's a great flick. Big damage. There's still 5 rounds to play for here, so I think they'll be on. I think they will be on the bye next round. So that was pretty good. I mean, look at that. There's no money on the CTs now. So this is really risky. Where if this round gets to a certain point, and the pistols get away with some frags, then NRG may have to consider a save at some point. We'll have to see. Cirque avoiding the flashbang there. It's a really important flashbang. His position before was quite nice because if you come out of the middle of toilets, he can flick you. If you come out of connector, he can flick you. I like to take that position as well. Cirque, again, just going absolutely nuclear.
Oh my god. He got another 4, didn't he? Yep. That was sick. I think just like you were talking about, Sam, with like, as an offer when you go to peak things, just where you should fall back to. He like picked up every single angle that was safe.
Yeah, Overpass is another map where you could do that. Like you'd op around the bathrooms, fall back to this angle, fall back to this angle, fall back to this angle, and just like have really good routes. And if you're disciplined, you could get rewarded with a lot of kills.
6 chances to shoot before even at the site.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
how do you get that flick,
Oh, wow.
dude?
Oh, wow.
Dude.
That's wicked. Bulgarian superstar.
Do they open a door? They do open a door, but there is quite the setup here for the CT side. Instant trades, making it a 4 versus 2. This is an important round for NRG. We explained why in the previous round, 2 versus 3 now. Again, last time it was 2 versus 5 with these two, so perhaps they can do one better this time. All the NRG players focus on the B bomb site. KGB, does he stay left to the pillar? No, he doesn't. Spot stabs, but can't quite make the connection. Now they've got to speed up. The smoke in the middle of site will make it a lot easier to plant the bomb. But it's up in the water, just in case somebody's there. Again, you've got to assume somebody's there until you see otherwise. Grenades flying in, but they're running out of grenades to throw now. Gade on the site, not really an ideal position to be throwing a flashbang, so might just be guns here in. Now we've got CT in the water, flash from the CTs. KGB on the pillar. Gade looking to the right-hand side. That's taken down. Spots both players, I think. Where's KGB? It's his shadow showing. Down goes Fugly. He knows the other person's close to him. Keeps dancing around, but it's Cirque, of course. And he will get the kill each and every time.
Cajun almost played that really well. I mean, he did play it really well in general. And for the man disadvantage, the smoke actually helps a lot because them smoking the cross to short means that Optic or NRG aren't sure if they went there, and that means, you know, Long B can be open as well. So they had to throw smoke there, and then even when they killed one of the pillar,
that was ridiculous.
That was nuts. Yeah, should have died. That was a good attempt for low numbers after plant. Just getting creative. They just want to bait his shot. They're probably so scared of him.
Oh. Oh boy, 42 damage. Bosh. Oh, yes. We know you're there. Fugly too far from the fountain, and in all that time, Optic were just creeping through connector. And they've punished NRG. And now Ethan has a lot to do. One player moving through toilets, dancing back and forth. Do you want to take this engagement? No. He will with a second player in tow. The wide peak from one of them. Oh no, the 2-man spray down. 2-on-2 now. And the bomb is with Optic. Breeze around the truck. 2 players on the site. There's Conflict taken out. You know somebody's in front of him as well. That's Shazam, the last man standing for his team versus Daps. He's coming in from the back, but doesn't seem he expects this. With those smokes, he's unlikely to go through them. But does Daps continue? He knows bomb hasn't been planted. Now Shazam realizes, I think Daps just fired a shot as well.
Yeah, he realized he was about to go B.
There we go, open plant from Shazam. Which way will he go? Into the B water. Has he heard Daps jump into short B? It seems he has. It is possible to make it into the short B water down that ledge without making noise. Yeah, Shazam will deliver the kill.
Yeah, he had like all the advantages in the world, you know. Doesn't know if he's still at pillar, doesn't know if he crossed right to monster. He could be in pit as well. So Shazam could play that however he wanted, basically. It was almost a 3v5 for NRGs. Like both Ethan and Breeze got multiple kills. But at least they made it, like Optic made a concerted effort to neutralize Cirque, and then they did it, and they got the 5v3 like right out the gate. Stairs control and then A split right away.
A false sense of security is what we call that. Spotted one player behind the site, and down he goes. This is a pistol round from the CT side. Is anybody covering short B right now? I think it was open for a time, but Daps wouldn't know that since there is a smoke down. So this should be a formality for Optic as they look to tie the score. Daps hoping to pick up a weapon. Nobody there just yet. Trying to pick his timing, but only thing that would be picked is his brain. Is Cirque on the server? Doesn't look like he is. There he is, he's back.
Okay.
Alt-tabbing, check my Facebook.
I think he was gonna dice someone maybe. They ran by.
I think he was alt-tabbed. It looked like it. The way he started moving. Looked like a typical alt-tab. It's always funny when you see somebody lag out and they just start sliding forwards. But not really walking, just kind of sliding along. You just know, yep, he's gone. Especially when they're carrying the bombs. Like, yeah, great times. Good times. Thank you for that. A lot of North American players have trouble with storms and internet connections, I noticed.
The internet's really spotty all over America. It's like all different. And some places really have crummy internet. Just goes state by state, like small area by small area.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Well then.
Oh, he rings the bell as well.
Jeez.
Cirque can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Like, pop flash, the guy runs by him, 190 damage.
He was like pushing into him too.
Yeah, but the other guy went like right past them. That's what I'm talking about. The guy dinked afterwards.
Wow.
Shazam and Stanislaw left.
That's usually what happens though when you're having a great game. You also get lucky.
Stanislaw wanted to change his name to Pete, which is his actual name more or less. However, Valve said no.
Valve said no?
I believe so. I mean, you know, the device wanted to go to Devet.
I don't think he wanted to sound like Timmy from South Park.
They said no. They said no. I think if you've got your signatures out, then you are who you are. I almost felt like a pre-fight from Shazam. But it wasn't enough. Again, he'd been left as the last man standing in a few rounds, which kind of sucks for him.
Sucks.
8-7 in favor of NRG. No real indication as to who might take it in the second half, so time will tell.
It feels like NRG are going to take it.
Gate had 17 kills at half. I
Gate?
didn't even notice.
He's going in, dude. Yeah, do you remember a Gate flick?
Cirque stole the show.
Absolutely. Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque is the show. Alrighty then, it is a straight charge into the B bomb side, but the CTs are waiting for them in the back. 4 people on B for the CT side, and that was showing the kills.
Yikes.
Those are the gloves I've got.
See? 10, not 10 headshots. 6 headshots. By nades.
Yeah, Daps has the gloves I've got, but on T side, I think because there are different models and different maps, I think hand wraps are more consistent.
I feel like you're more the duct tape guy.
The duct tape guy. I'm not getting those gloves. These gloves are awesome.
Oh.
But I have the Doppler bayonet looks great with them.
You have to get like bright. You have to get like bright colored gloves, right? Otherwise, you just forget
purple.
Otherwise, you just forget about them.
You have to go what? Bright? Oh, brights.
Yeah.
Well, strongly colored gloves. So you can go for like a deep purple or whatever. You know.
So I had black ones and they were nice. They looked like the original gloves.
If you got a green knife and green gloves, it's cool.
I'm gonna go home and buy some gloves.
I want those snakeskin ones for T-side. Without somebody trying to sell them to me for $2,500. And then I'm good to go.
If you buy those, I'll give you $400 for them.
If I buy them, I'm keeping them. You can keep your $400, buddy. Right then, it is buy time. Optic can enjoy this round because Cirque doesn't have an AWP. See what time he has on this on the T side though. It may prove more difficult. You don't see this angle so often anymore.
It's true.
Yep, just keep on going. Breeze. Oh, it doesn't seem like he spotted him, and surely he hears Breeze jumping, but he took the engagement there and it's all gone wrong. Or maybe it's gone right. Config will eventually go down. But now there are question marks as to where the other CTs are, and you might assume, if you are a T side, that it's time for them to retreat. But no, Shazam just keeps on going. Can't get the kill though. Another silenced M4. And they will hunt for him. And now this is a sub-minute mark, and they're looking for a CT around a party area. That's not a good situation for the T's. I think Fugly from the low ground heard Shazam, and now Shazam's been taken out. Now things can speed up 3 versus 2 with both CTs on B, so Shazam didn't manage to escape enough. Because again, that would have just killed so much time for the T's, but now they're just charging into the A sites. Rotation coming in for the CTs. Molotovs, look at that molly, straight on the default. That is perfect. Definitely one to look at home. I think that was from Gade. That was a really nice molly off the truck.
Oh, he threw it off the back of it?
The front of it.
Front of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
from like down in whatever that CT area is called.
That's super cool. They have another smoke as well, which is a big deal. They don't even have to like stick it right away. They should launch this boost on top, yeah. Uh-oh. Well.
This is wasting a lot of time. There are 3 people alive. Oh, great job by Cajun B, but the frag will come in anyway. And I feel like in that situation, I'm not convinced necessarily that the bomb is the best thing to smoke, because I don't think I very rarely see a successful smoke diffuse when there's at least one T in a toilet.
No, you just, not to defuse it, but just to bait them out to shoot.
I know, but to defuse it, I mean, I feel like if you were trying to defuse the bomb with it, which you do see sometimes like a 1 versus 1 or something, I think if you put it more forwards towards the toilet area, it would be more difficult for them to find the right angle. You know what I mean? Like if you put it near that little grassy thing on the left of the stairs, so it started there, then they'd have to go pretty wide, deep toilets.
Yeah. The calculation is basically like how wide do they have to go on the smoke to peek it, and then which side will they'll also peek it. But if you have 2 people, then your guy covering you has to cover wide left and wide right too. So he has to figure out, you know, what's he able to cover.
Because I feel like you've probably got too many points of reference if the smoke is dead on the bomb, versus if it's closer to the T's.
I agree. The only way they win that round is if they kill everybody.
9-9, and the NRG start to move into the B bomb sites. This is an eco round from Optic. They will look to hold on to AWP, and as they hear that, bear in mind where Breeze is. I mean, he is holding off a flank, but also if they know that there's an AWP being saved by Shazam, which presumably they do, then he's in a great position to reduce the amount of places they can hide, which means it increases their chances of taking it away if they want to do that. But it doesn't seem they necessarily want to. And it could be because of their money on the T side. They don't have a lot of it. So perhaps they're prioritizing their own money versus the CTs.
Seems like they might be. Do you like to buy full nades on anti-ecos?
On anti-ecos?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Well, sometimes I've seen like Skadoodle and Tarek push B main on cash on an anti-eco, and then Skadoodle just doesn't buy any nades, just runs up.
Yeah.
You mean if he's the SMG
I mean, if it's
guy?
like a push, right? Yeah.
It's like if on mouse sports, if Chris J is going to go for a push through underpass, he won't buy grenades because he's in a very brittle position where he's probably going to die, and he's very unlikely to need them, so he won't buy grenades. So yeah, like your Max 10 player, maybe a Molotov, but beyond that, they shouldn't have grenades out, they should have guns out. They should be killing or dying. 3-on-3 very quickly. NRG on the bomb site, and Config's on the flank. Short B is in possession of Fugly as well, so he'll have to be careful with his sound cues because he is now in the audible zone. Plays in CT Water on B. And there's the first one down. And that's going to give his team some breathing space. Smack off the short position. Will he look monster though? That is a great reaction from Config, leaving Ethan alone, and he will get straight executed.
So Config overall is not having a really great game, but then you see a flip like that, it's like, oh, maybe he's still got something in the tank.
Marvelous. Nice. Fantastic. Right then, here we go. Both teams on the buy, on the BUI.
10-10. Shazam vs. Cirque Part 2.
Shazam 21 for, sorry, Cirque 21 for 12. Shazam not doing too shabby either. But Cirque is the explosive flash Yorper.
Let's see how they set him up.
You wonder if these players are like video calling their girlfriends or their family. I miss you guys.
Everybody sounds like Timmy.
4-4. Bomb is still in possession of NRG, and Cirque is just waiting. Simply waiting. She sounds like, yeah, I'm going to take the same call. Nope. Not with Cirque on the field. 3-on-3. Stanislaw, fadeaway Molotov at the front of the site, forcing anybody away from that nuisance corner. That's quite a useful Molotov to know, actually, to do it from relative safety. Very fast rotation into the B bomb site, or towards the B bomb site, but there's a Molotov there as well. And they're not going to wait for it. They're going to rotate towards Monster. I think Gade was trying to get the smoke to pop in the molly, but the molly had just disappeared. Ethan! Not expecting that. Down to the one-on-one. Cirque and Stanislaw. Does he know how to jump without the audio cue? Looks like he does.
Uh-oh.
Why is he looking to the pillar? There we go. It's like, surely he hasn't escaped already. That was a heart stopped for a minute. But here he is. Only Stanislaw can defeat Cirque.
That's a critical round, right? First buy for both teams. Now one team has money, one team has to decide whether or not they want to force. And they definitely won't be able to off either.
Gade just saving his smoke and his molly, like, pretty much won that round though. Just molly short, does the smoke afterwards. I mean, just delayed everything. Two guys went towards long. Allowed the rotate to come.
Gets out of there, it's going to blow. Config just running raw into long. nasty surprise. If people are there, you dead. Rough around the edges, perhaps.
Looks like they're set up for a pretty fast A already. Honestly, if everyone's pushed off bathrooms already, this is, I feel like, really hard for the site players to hold down, but they at least have the op.
Spotted one on the corner. Stanislaw, how does he escape? He doesn't escape. Taken away from him. Shazam now. He's got to deliver a kill, and quickly, because he's surrounded out in the middle of the site on his own, and with players on long, players on short. Didn't quite work out for him. May have felt like he was at the point of no return, and there's no return for Optic, leaving, running far away. Round number 11 for NRG. The score is kept close. Score is kept tied.
Do you remember how the first person died this round?
Config.
Ran out long from toilets. Just ran out long, like, hey, let's see what's going on here.
Oh,
there were two guys there.
I see. So he was like pushed up by himself.
Yeah, he literally just ran out long from the toilets. Just strafing out. Got bodied.
Terrorists win.
Maybe they should have used him with Shazam to have like a safer setup or something to trade. So I feel like you do have to play bathrooms because the site cover is just not that like adequate. Like you have the truck and you have the site box, but that's really it. It's not even really, unlike other maps, it's not easy for your teammates to rotate in. So it's a lot easier when you have.
You have to make them respect like every part of the map.
Yeah.
Well, you stop any fast plays by the CTs. Important on an anti-eco round such as this, and Fugly can just stay there and keep them honest, stop them from pushing, stop them from flanking. He doesn't need to go through connector anytime soon. And he can choose to, if they take it from the top as well, but I wouldn't recommend it just on his own. Breeze doesn't want to venture too far into a party area. People can peek him from connector. You can see NRG very careful about giving some sound cues away for free. Let's see what Breeze is doing here. Showing some sound, some presence towards the A site. Again, throwing a Molotov deep, trying to suggest that they teaser further than they are towards A. So if anybody's long, they might go for a push. And there are people long, but it won't go for a push. In the meantime, NRG creeping through the B bomb site. They'll have to make sure nobody's in the CT water, and they may use utility to do that. So Breeze is going to hold the rotation now. Seems convinced nobody's along, and as soon as he starts walking away, the flank is there from Cajun B. He was very patient. He does not deserve for Rex.
It's true. Long B walkouts are so strong. Like, there's just so many like different types of rounds you can walk out long B, even like mid rounding. You don't have to, as long as you know that the right side monster is clear, you can all get out really far before anyone sees you sometimes. And once you're just all the way out, you only have to look at stuff in front of you. There's no crossfire, so there's like a ton of situations like this one where it makes a lot of sense.
What is their exit strategy for this site?
It's like this round isn't over.
They have no kit though. Gabe's going to lose everything. He has no kit, and he's on the site. He's got full armor and M4. All his grenades. Will he get away? That's not the right route. Or maybe it is. Okay, he's good. He was so deep, I thought he was done for. NRG in the lead now.
Yeah, it's about to be kind of comfortable too if I don't think make the mistake of buying here.
So I feel like gloves with a short sleeve shirt just looks weird. Like if you look at Cirque's
Like
model.
IRL.
Well, IRL as well, you know.
Oh, for T side, I see.
Yeah, that's why I got to go for the hand wraps.
Right, right.
Daps makes it there in the end. 2 HP left. And Cirque being very careful around that fountain, shaving the sides of it. Cajun B left. And Cirque will prevail on this occasion. So 13-11 in favor of NRG.
Cirque is just nuts. He plays so well. That's like really controlled aggression too.
He knows his angles, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, he's Pingu in his picture. Was that that was Pingu in his picture? Where are the pictures? I just saw it.
You saw Pingu?
I did.
Where?
In his picture.
But he doesn't have a picture, he has a logo.
There was a picture, dude. I
Oh,
swear.
was it a replay?
I just saw Pingu.
It's not true, man. It's not true. It's a figment of your imagination. You're,
No.
you're tired, Launders,
No one could take this memory away.
and you need to sleep.
They're all Pingu. They're all Pingu.
They changes to Pingu. They've obviously been watching the stream and they've all changed their avatar to Pingu.
Oh, they're all Pingu. Oh my
Oh,
god, I
brilliant.
thought it was crazy.
No, that's just what you're to show. Wait a minute, did we just see the... Did they do it with Flash? Okay. They just did Bardolph Molotov on short B. But I don't know if they did it with a flashbang.
You
He
can't
names-
make this happen.
He also can't name every Molotov Bardolph Molotov, because first of all, it's confusing.
It's only confusing if you're not Bardolph.
You gotta have like Bardolph 1, Bardolph 2 or something. It can't just all be Bardolph Molotov.
Bardolph's dream is to have something in the game named after him. So he's just...
Or everything. You know, he's casting a
I
wide
do, I
net.
have loads
you
of
know?
things.
He's casting a super wide net. He just wants a one thing to catch on.
It's like when people smoke Overpass Monster on the T side of it. That's Bardolph smoke.
Smoke T-side
I
of
made that.
monster on what?
I designed that. Outside Monster. So it bounces off the train bridge and
That's-
smokes outside Monster instead of inside Monster. Because my issue was like, if you smoke the CT side of Monster as a CT, then the T's can walk behind it and burst through it with a flashbang. But if it's on the T side of Monster, then they can't do that because they've still got to run all the way through the tunnel. So,
Yeah, but that's yours.
yeah.
So I learned it from someone that learned it from you. So
yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, man. It's out there on my YouTube. Check it out.
How
It's
old
Bardolph
is it?
smoke. I don't know.
Can I find one that's older than yours?
You can try. Go for it.
I mean, if that's true, that's pretty standard smoke. So that's a big one.
Yeah, man. It's Bardolph Molotov, but see, you need it with a flashbang. They're doing it for the push. See, I feel like I don't know if this is just coincidence because obviously you can just throw. It's fairly logical to throw a smoke there, but for me, I feel like if you know a player has a tendency to stand in that area, then you should get the barrels guy to throw a pop flash, so he's blind, and then time the Molotov, so he's standing in a Molotov blind. Now that's the idea from my video, but then I also said like you can also go for a push with CT players and so on, force people out, but I think I should have simplified it to just one thing. Because a lot of people who commented missed the focus anyway. NRG are back in the monster area once again, 14-11. Fugly is looking for a rotation. In the meantime, his teammates are waiting for some CTs. Staying to the left of the pillar, which is often important. Waiting for the smoke to go. Is that going to hit the roof of the... Yes, it is. I knew that's going to happen.
You willed it to.
I just know...
That's what happened.
I just know... I know my angles, man.
It's voodoo.
I know my angles. Down goes Gade. There's one player in the short B, the B water, and he's dead as well. Daps and Breeze will get taken down in kind. 3-on-3, 56 seconds left. No bomb plant pressure just yet. All about the kills. Everybody's here.
See, even if you're out long B like this, you can just really take your time. It's so good.
Bosh. You know on Dust 2, right? On old Dust 2, I made a Molotov from outside B, which bounces off the window, and Molotov's default and double stack at the same time. And people were using that.
I
in
would
matches.
have used that.
That was really cool. So if you planted like double stack touching the wall, as most people would, it would Molotov just everything, all of it. So you're just not planting the bomb.
That's useful.
I think that was the beginning of Bardolph Molotov. That was the first one.
So, what if there's two? Like, what do you call it?
2-1.
It's not very prudent to call them all Bardolph
You see,
Molotov, right?
you see, Ethan standing there, right? Throw a flashbang from barrels, goes in front of him, then get the Molotov out. He doesn't know he's on fire. He's just going to go in the corner, which is going to be on fire. He's going to die without seeing anyone.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of that position. Like Get Right, for example, would always... It's the second time, actually, that I've made a video on this, because I did it months ago, because Get Right would always stand in that position. I think Nico likes to go there as well. And it's like, you can Molotov high and low at the same time. If you know they have that tendency, you've got a reasonable chance of killing somebody for $800 without seeing anyone.
For sure. I mean,
So-
you should always do traps like that, yeah.
Someone needs to do that, man. It needs to happen.
Something Flusha does that's so cool with his grenades. If someone has graffiti and he's coming out long B, I'll throw the Molotov to trap them in, and then he'll throw a nade over the wall in the corner, so it's like always land squarely on them.
Execute coming into the A site. Stanislaw with a very tight angle, but he can't stand there for too long. He's got a regress though, which they surely were not expecting. Very smart play from him in that regard. He might have a shadow advantage if he stays to the right. Cirque's the last man standing. Don't want to peek Cirque, man. 12 seconds left though, and he's got to get out of there. Got to run. 30 bomb for Cirque. Nobody anywhere close to him on his team. But Gade's up there as well.
Gade's way up there. He has had 2 really good
He's
games.
up there, man.
Terrorists win.
Finally, the streak has stopped. At least for a moment. I think they say 3, so they're going to keep probably the FAMASs they have. I've got 3 rifles, well, 5 rifles, but 3 good ones. Do you like the FAMAS?
That's alright. I mean,
Yeah. Good for the price, I guess.
it's just, you need to use it sometimes.
It gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
More than is deserved, maybe.
Probably. I mean, it's for the price. I guess it's hard to like, argue against it. But people always think about it as like, wow,
Nice.
nice deathmatch. People always think about it as like a direct replacement for the M4, but it is a downgrade, but it's also cheaper. So it's like, got to think about how much it costs too.
The FAMAS.
Yeah, like in terms of how good it is, you got to think about how much it costs.
My FAMAS is called No Money for M4 and has a sad face on the end. My Gillo's called No Money for AK.
See, I was
That's a sad face on the end.
never gonna use the Galil.
It's too late. It's gone. Never mind. 15 to 12, and Stanislaw's the only person left.
Root for Team Pingu.
Whoop. He's actually in trouble now, or is he? No, he's not. 16 to 12. NRG take it away. Very, very nice stuff from them.
That was a solid map. They got to feel really good about that. I mean, they're both kind of newer. I mean, not at Optic's a very new roster in the sense that everything is new. You know, they're probably still just getting used to living together if they even live together right now. But I don't know. I think I'm curious about the Optic roster. I think Config is crazy, but a world-class player. I like Stanislaw's calling a lot. Gade just had 2 really, really good maps. I think there's potential here. But I think looking at this game, it's like, wow, NRG, wow, Cirque, you know.
Yeah, Cirque's always awesome to watch. We'll see how far their success can take them in this season of ECS Season 5. Finals coming to London once again for the 3rd time. Cannot wait to be there. So you can see the stats: Cirque with 33 kills, almost 3,000 total damage. You generally see an average of like 2 to 2,600 damage, I think, in most matches from a lot of players. But he's up there, man, trying to break all those 3s. So really nice stuff. It was I mean, what did you think about that? What did you think about that overpass?
I mean, I'm just really impressed by Cirque. Like, he played really smart. It wasn't like running around with a P250 after he ops someone and then kills someone else and like jumps around and flies around. He just played really smart, hit his shots, right place at the right time, things like that. You know, like,
Solid.
yeah, CS that he could translate on LAN and against any team.
Awesome stuff. Any final thoughts?
That's just that, and they also, I think, Daps is also, or whoever is building the system that Cirque works within, has done a great job of setting himself up for the kills, and also giving him the freedom to go for his frags, and he's even throwing some nades on some of their setups, but ultimately he gets to shine very, very often. So,
Look behind you.
hey.
There is even more Pingu. So we can see the leaderboard for North America and how these how these teams have done today. If you didn't see all the matches, or even if you did, leaderboard time. So it's our first leaderboard of North America in Season 5. NRG and Liquid both 2-0. Liquid with a much better round difference after the slaughter in that first match. And there's much more NACS to come, as well as European CS. Both will be here tomorrow. Okay, why does it say 8 points for one and 6 points? That should be 6 points for both, I assume. So there we go. Marvelous. All right. So we will be back with some more Counter-Strike tomorrow. Dazed is only here for 1 day. We can only take him for 1 day at a time because, you know, he's a very humorous man. So thank you for coming in, Dazed. And
Thank you for having me.
we will see you again, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Launders will be here a lot. So
I'm here to chill, hang out.
More borderline racist jokes to come.
From you?
No, from you, I meant.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was the one confusing coaches, so.
That's true. Anyway, we'll see you back here tomorrow for more European and North American ECS. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and get your alerts for when we go live. See you tomorrow.